Have you ever wondered why silence makes manipulators lose control? What if I told you the most powerful move you can make against a manipulator is to say nothing at all? No arguments, no explanations, no emotional reactions. Just silence. Why does silence make manipulators panic? Why do liars unravel when you stop responding? Why do narcissists lose power the moment you withdraw attention? Tonight, you're going to understand something dangerous. Because once you master silence, manipulators can no longer control you. This isn't about being quiet. This is about psychological dominance. And if you've ever been manipulated in love, used at work, betrayed by friends, controlled by family, or underestimated by society, this video is not entertainment, it's your awakening. Manipulators survive on reaction. They don't need truth, they don't need logic, they don't even need power. They need your emotional response. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He observed rulers who didn't rule by force, but by provocation. A manipulator provokes you to explain yourself, defend your intentions, justify your emotions, prove your innocence. Every word you speak gives them data, your fears, your insecurities, your limits. And the moment you speak too much, you hand them the map to control you. Manipulators don't overpower you, they study you. He who speaks first reveals his weakness. Rule 1. Silence denies them information. When you stop talking, manipulators lose visibility. A coworker subtly blames you in meetings. If you defend yourself emotionally, they learn your pressure points. If you stay calm and silent, they don't know where to push. Respond with measured minimalism. Say only what's necessary. Never explain your emotions. What they can't read, they can't control. Mystery creates power. Rule 2. Silence triggers their insecurity. Manipulators hate silence because it removes validation. Jung explained this perfectly. People who manipulate others are often unintegrated shadows. They need external reactions to feel real. When you go silent, they are forced to confront themselves, and they panic. When you stop responding to baiting messages, suddenly they double text, accuse you, play victim, become aggressive. That's not confidence, that's loss of control. Do not reward bad behavior with attention. Silence is a mirror they cannot escape. The shadow screams when ignored. Rule 3. Silence exposes who has power. Stoicism teaches this clearly. If someone can provoke you, they own you. A relative insults you to get a reaction. If you argue, they win. If you remain silent and detached, they lose their leverage. Pause before responding. Let silence speak first. The calm one controls the room. Power is composure under pressure. Rule 4. Silence makes lies collapse. Liars rely on engagement. They need conversation to adjust stories. They need reactions to pivot narratives. Silence removes their ability to adapt. Someone spreads rumors. You don't address it publicly. You don't defend yourself. Time reveals the inconsistency. Let truth surface without interference. Lies collapse when starved of oxygen. Time is the enemy of deception. Drop this in the comments right now. My silence is intentional. Rule 5. Silence shifts the power dynamic. Nietzsche understood dominance differently. True power is not loud, it is unshakable. When you stop reacting, manipulators feel exposed. Their tactics stop working. their authority dissolves. The most respected individuals speak last, or not at all. Speak only when your words add weight. Noise seeks attention. Silence commands it. The strongest presence makes no announcement. Rule 6. Silence makes you unpredictable. Predictability is vulnerability. Manipulators depend on knowing how you'll react, when you'll respond, what you'll say. Silence disrupts their strategy. Become unreadable. Unpredictable people are dangerous to control. The unknown cannot be dominated. Rule 7. Silence protects your energy. Every argument drains you. Every explanation weakens you. Stoicism teaches energy conservation. For instance, when you stop explaining yourself to people who already decided to misunderstand you, withdraw emotional investment. Not every battle deserves your presence. What you don't feed dies. Drop this in the comments. I don't react, I observe. Rule 8. Silence forces them to reveal themselves. When you don't respond, manipulators escalate. They contradict themselves, expose desperation, reveal intentions. Let them talk. Watch carefully. Silence turns predators sloppy. Give them enough rope. 9. Silence builds inner authority. Jung warned that those who fear silence fear themselves. When you master silence, you stop seeking validation. You stop over-explaining. You stop begging for approval. Stand firm without justification. You don't need to be understood. You need to be respected. Approval is not power. Machiavelli's final lesson: the most feared ruler is not cruel, he is untouchable. Silence makes you untouchable. No leverage, no access, no emotional hooks. Speak less, observe more, move strategically. The one who needs nothing cannot be controlled. Detachment is dominance. Drop this in now. My silence makes manipulators powerless. Silence is not weakness, it is discipline, it is control, it is authority without effort. The world is full of people trying to provoke you, because reaction is how they feed. Let them starve, because the most dangerous person in the room is not the loudest, it's the one who watches, waits, and speaks only when it's time to win. Silence isn't absence, it's command. What happens when you stay silent long enough and the manipulator realizes you're no longer playing? This is the phase most people never reach, because silence isn't just hard at the beginning, it becomes dangerous in the middle. Dangerous to them. At first, manipulators think your silence is confusion. Then they think it's fear. Then they think it's weakness. But there comes a moment, a sharp, quiet moment, when they realize something is wrong. You're not reacting anymore. You're not explaining. You're not chasing closure. And that's when the panic starts. They escalate, not because they're strong, but because they're desperate. This pattern is universal in love, work, family, friendship, society. They will try guilt. After everything I've done for you. Victimhood. I guess I'm the bad one now. Anger. You've changed. You're cold. Urgency. We need to talk now. This isn't communication. It's loss of control. Machiavelli warned that when power slips, those who relied on it reveal their ugliest form. Silence doesn't create the monster. It exposes it. Pressure reveals character. Here's the brutal truth most people won't tell you. Silence hurts you first, because you were trained to explain yourself, keep the peace, prove you're good, be understood. When you stop doing that, your nervous system rebels. You feel anxiety, guilt, doubt.
the urge to fix things. That's not love, that's conditioning. Stoicism teaches this clearly. Pain does not mean you are wrong, it means you are breaking an old attachment. Discomfort is the price of freedom. Something changes when you stay silent long enough. You start seeing patterns. You notice who only contacts you when they need something, who disrespects you when you don't comply, who collapses when you stop engaging. Jung called this withdrawal of projection. When you stop feeding their image of you, they don't know who they are anymore. And that's when the power shifts. Not outwardly, inwardly. You become calm, detached, clear. And clarity is lethal to manipulation. Clarity ends control.
Here is the most dangerous myth about silence. People think silence is passive. It's not. Silence is active restraint. It's choosing not to defend lies, fight bait, explain boundaries, justify self-respect. Nietzsche believed true strength is not impulse, it is mastery. Anyone can react. Few can remain still while being provoked. That's why silence separates leaders from followers, observers from victims, strategists from emotional players. Impulse obeys, discipline commands. The longer you stay silent, the more something rebuilds inside you. You stop asking, did I say the wrong thing? You start asking, why did they need me to react? That question changes everything. You realize your worth doesn't require explanation. Your boundaries don't need approval. Your presence is optional, not guaranteed. This is the moment you stop being accessible, and manipulators hate inaccessible people. Access is power. Withdrawal is control. There will be one last attempt, one final message, one dramatic confrontation, one emotional appeal. This is the test. If you break silence here, the cycle resets. If you don't, the game ends. Not loudly, not explosively, quietly. They move on, or they shrink, or they expose themselves completely. Either way, you're free. Freedom doesn't announce itself, it just arrives. Silence is not punishing others, it's about reclaiming yourself. You didn't lose them because you went silent, you lost them because they needed control. And anyone who needs control over you never respected you in the first place. Stay silent, let them unravel. Because the most terrifying thing to a manipulator is not confrontation, it's irrelevance. Silence doesn't fight, it finishes. What happens when people realize you no longer need their approval, their reaction, or their permission? This is where silence stops being a tactic and becomes your identity. At this stage, you are no longer fighting manipulators. You are no longer trying to prove anything. You're no longer explaining who you are. You've moved beyond them. And that is what makes you untouchable. People sense power before they understand it. They feel it in how you speak less, how you don't rush, how you don't justify, how you don't react. Your silence now carries weight. Machiavelli observed that true authority is quiet. Those who talk too much are still negotiating their position. You are not negotiating anymore. You are deciding. Those who explain are still asking. When you stop reacting, disrespect stops being fun. Manipulation stops being effective. Games stop working. People either respect you, fear you, leave you. All three are victories. Jung would say you've integrated your shadow. You are no longer harmless. You are controlled danger. And controlled danger commands respect. A harmless man is not virtuous. He is weak. Here's the truth nobody warns you about. Silence makes you lonelier. Not because you lost people, but because you stopped entertaining nonsense. Small talk fades, drama disappears, Fake connections dissolve. What remains is clarity, self-respect, emotional independence. Stoicism teaches that peace is expensive. It costs you access to people who thrived on your chaos, and that price is worth paying. Peace costs relationships built on noise. Some people will test you. They'll say, "You've changed, you're cold now, you think you're better." That's not an accusation, it's a diagnosis. They are reacting to the loss of control. Your job is not to correct them. Your job is to remain unchanged. Never interrupt someone revealing their intentions. Silence makes you difficult to predict, and unpredictability is power. Nietzsche believed dominance comes from self-mastery, not force. You don't react fast anymore. You don't speak emotionally. You don't reveal plans. You move deliberately, and people adapt to you now. The one who waits controls the tempo. Silence didn't make you cold, it made you clear. You're not distant, you're selective. You're not arrogant, you're grounded. You're not hiding, you're watching. And the world treats watchers differently. The quiet man sees everything. What if silence wasn't just defense, but the final position of power? This is the stage few ever reach, because by now, you no longer need to win arguments. You no longer need to expose manipulators. You no longer need closure. You've already won. Games require two players. Manipulation requires reaction. When you stop responding, games end. Narratives collapse, control evaporates. This isn't cruelty, it is detachment. Machiavelli would call this the ultimate move. Remove yourself from the battlefield. The greatest victory is absence. Something subtle happens next. People stop pushing, stop testing, stop crossing lines, not because you threaten them, but because you no longer explain yourself. Stoicism calls this inner authority. Jung calls it individuation. Nietzsche calls it self-overcoming. It is freedom, and freedom is intimidating. Free people frighten those who need control. Here is the last illusion you must let go of. Here it is, the final truth. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves explanation. Not everyone deserves closure. Silence is not disrespect. It is self-respect made visible. And once you understand that, no manipulator can ever touch you again. Boundaries are strongest when unspoken. You don't need to announce your power. You don't need to prove your strength. You don't need to explain your silence. Let them wonder. Let them guess. Let them lose control. Because the most powerful person in the room is not the loudest. It's the one who no longer needs to speak. Silence isn't empty. It's occupied by power. What happens when you no longer need to be heard because your presence alone changes the room? This is where silence stops being a response and becomes your final position. By now, manipulators aren't confused anymore. They're not angry. They're not escalating. They've realized something far worse. They've lost access to you. Manipulation only works inside a system. Roles, reactions, patterns. Silence removes you from that system entirely. You're no longer defending yourself, correcting lies, explaining intentions, reacting to disrespect. And when you leave the system collapses. Machiavelli wrote that the most powerful ruler is the one who cannot be forced into reaction. You are no longer reacting. You are choosing. The one who cannot be provoked cannot be ruled. Here's the harsh truth. They didn't want communication. They wanted control. Silence takes that away. No emotional access, no psychological leverage, no narrative influence. They can talk about you, but they can't reach you. And distance is the death of manipulation. Control dies when access is denied. The strange respect
silence creates. Something unexpected happens now. People stop pushing, stop testing, stop crossing lines, not because you threatened them, but because you no longer explain yourself. Stoicism calls this inner authority. Jung calls it individuation. Nietzsche calls it self-overcoming. It is freedom, and freedom is intimidating. Authority needs no announcement. When you become unavailable to drama, drama requires participation. Silence makes you boring to chaos. You no longer entertain gossip, engage emotional traps, respond to bait, chase validation. And manipulators hate boredom. They move on to louder targets, easier prey. You remain still, untouched. Chaos starves where discipline lives. Here's the last truth you must accept. You were never required to explain yourself. You were trained to. Silence breaks that training, and once it's broken, no one can reinstall it. You don't owe explanations, emotional labor, access to your thoughts, responses to disrespect. Silence is not cruelty, it is self-respect made visible. Dignity speaks without words. You don't need to win arguments anymore. You don't need to expose manipulators. You don't need closure. Your silence already answered everything. Because the most powerful position is not dominance, it is detachment. Let them talk, let them guess, let them lose control. You're no longer playing. Silence doesn't respond, it
decides. Like, follow, share, and subscribe for more.